Yes, people, I'm back. I'm back. This isn't really a deep dive as such. You've just seen the intro, which suggests that there's some long winded deep dive coming, but this is something new I wanted to try ahead of this season. Frankly, I only had the idea like, I don't know, 7 or 8 hours ago. I was like, oh, should I try something new for this season? So this is cool. I was going to call it the match preview, but it's not really that. Let's call it the From Bromley with Love 11. Okay, and the plan is going to be this, and let's see how quickly I forget to do this. The plan is before every Bromley match this season, I'm setting some lofty goals here. Before every Bromley match this season, I'm going to give you the From Bromley with Love 11 with a justification for who should play and why not. It's not really looking at the opposition. The kind of written in-depth match preview and look at the opposition that will still happen. And if you go in the descriptor below, go to from Bromley with Love.news, you can subscribe to the written outlet. What is it, £4 a month? Or you can pay yearly. I think it's like 30 something yearly. And yeah, you can subscribe to that and get the in-depth written stuff on From Bromley with Love. I just dropped, actually, funny enough, as I say that, I just dropped an article about, at the time of recording, about 30 minutes ago, with my big season preview, well, my big squad preview and therefore season preview for Bromley and where I think they will finish this season. I won't give away my prediction. You're going to have to read the article to find that out. But suffice to say, I do not think Bromley will get relegated. But enough of that. To business. Did I even introduce myself? I'm Machel St. Patrick Hewitt, host from Bromley with Love, because there could be some Barnsley fans here. For all I know, the Barnsley manager is watching this right now, trying to get some tips and hints ahead of the big kickoff. But here is how I believe Bromley should line up for the first game versus Barnsley at the time of recording in, what, about 16, 17, 18 hours from now. Some of you might be watching this on Saturday on the coach on the way to the game. Some of you might be listening to this in the car on the way to the game. Some of you might be watching this on the train on the way to the game. The players might be watching this in their hotel rooms or at morning breakfast. Big up everybody. Go well. But this let me, so if I'm right, I'm sharing my screen right now. If I've done this properly, this should share my screen. Let's see if this works. Yes, look at that, people. So you can use FOTMob for this, by the way. So I'm on the FOTMob website. There's different sites that you can use to do this. But what I'm going to do is talk you through the Bromley lineup. So I've already pre-populated the formation and pre-populated the squad. So FOTMob allows you to do this, where you can, so if I just show people how you do this, you'll see that on the left-hand side here, it says Bromley League One. So I can select Bromley. Now, what it does here, you'll see that what they've done is they've put in, because I pre-populated the formation, they have selected players based on the last players to play in our final competitive fixture last season, which would have been Walsall when we won the league title. So let me just clear that, because obviously some of those players have gone, right? So first things first, against Barnsley, I'm kind of leaning on what we did against Reading in the first round of the Carabao Cup. They didn't, when I was looking at formations, and I can mock this formation up myself and move people about, but I'm working off a 4-1-4-1 base. In an ideal world, you could kind of say that the players on the wing, who I'll fill in a minute, are advanced further forward than the dual eights who are in front of the screening defensive midfielder. So you could put them further forward here, but out of possession, I would expect Bromley to look something like this in a conventional 4-1-4-1. The reason why I say that as well is because we're away from home. It's our first game at League One level, and I am under the assumption that we're going to set up to be compact, defensively first and foremost, because you can't lose if you don't concede. So I'm assuming we're going to be set up first and foremost to be defensively compact, out of possession, out of possession, I should say. So I'm going with the nominal 4-1-4-1. Obviously, if we get the ball, in terms of where the threats come from the ball, obviously the right back here, who's, you can probably tell is going to be Marcus Eiffel for me, can advance the ball up through the wings. But we like to spread a lot of our ball out left, which will be Pinnock when I get there. And it will all be about feeding that central striker and for these dual eights to box crash to box crash to support the central striker, win the knockdowns, win the first and second contacts, or win the second contact from the striker knockdown and try and crash through the box, which allows the nominal right midfielder and left midfielder to advance. It looks defensive. So your average Bromley fan will look at this and go, no, Mash, come on, we need a second striker. And maybe Andy will surprise me and play a second striker, but we don't often do that. And I think in your first game, it's all about not losing. Yes, you could set up to try and quote unquote go for the game and win the game, but that's naive. I think it's naive. You set up to first and foremost, suss out the level, keep the game tight, try not to concede, work your way into the game, and then make your changes off the back of it as and when. Bromley are blessed this year with greater quality in depth relative to the level. So it's not so much about, I don't think we have to go at this with, this is the best 11. It's horses for courses. You play the 11 that suits the team that you're playing. So let's get into it. So in goal, first things first, that should, of course, watch this not work now. So I've got Shamal George in goal. I know we've just signed the new goalie. What's his name again? See how his name's gone out of my head. Let me go look on my phone. Owen something. Is it Owen Mason? I think that's what his name is. So just signed a new goalie on loan. Not on loan, sorry, permanently from Mansfield. Let me just double check that his name's Owen Mason. Yeah, Owen Mason. So we've just signed him permanently for Mansfield, which suggests that Grant Smith is out for a while, and Owen will be the number 2. He's only just joined. So Shamal George, that's a no-brainer. He'll be in goal. Right back, it has to be Marcus Eiffel. Find him. Has to be Marcus Eiffel. I thought Eiffel was very good against Reading. Who was the winger he was up against? He was up against Kerouac or something like that. I thought Eiffel acquitted himself well. It's another, as I've said in my article that I dropped earlier today, or about an hour ago, Eiffel learned right back on the job in League Two. And relative to his inexperience at that level, I thought he acquitted himself really well. I thought it was good against Reading. Again, it's another jump. Essentially, think about it for Marcus Eiffel. He's gone from joining us in the January transfer window of the National League promotion season, playing basically 3 or 4 sub minutes in that promotion season, to a full and remember, he joined us as a winger / number 10, a full season in League Two at right back, and now he's immediately got another promotion, and now he's starting at right back in League One. I've got him to start alongside Eiffel. We've got Show Me. I think Show Me, obviously Omar's the captain, but he's better on the right of 2 centre-backs if we're going to play 2 centre-backs. Whatever people think about Omar's technical ability, remember he got the assist for Cheek's equaliser against Reading. Who thought he had that in his locker? But what was it, like a 40-yard through ball or something? But so Omar on the right-hand side of the defence. Needless to say, Kamal Grant will be the defender who plays alongside him. So Kamal Grant will be on the left-hand side of the fence. Now, this is the issue here. The first thing we have to try and work out is who plays left back. Now, if Mendy is fit, Mendy plays. It didn't look good last week. And when I say it didn't look good, I mean that it didn't look like Mendy was completely... He didn't look like he was good to go. Like it didn't look like he'd be good to go in a week's time. So if Mendy is fit, he obviously plays. Richard Taylor can't play because he got suspended, or he is suspended, sorry, for the sending off against Reading. So I think the club is looking at getting a left back in, assuming that we're not going to go into the first league game of the season with Freddie Cohen at left back, who would be the kind of youth left back option. They're not going to play Nathan Paul Laverley there. They could change this formation and go wing backs, and in that case you'd put Headman. So what you'd do is you'd put Show Me in the middle, Headman on the right of a 3-man centre back partnership, and you put Pinnock here on the left. Before anyone says to me tomorrow, Mash, you got the formation wrong, I'm audibly saying that there is a chance here that Bromley don't play a back 4 tomorrow and Pinnock actually plays left back. I am doing this selection of players on the assumption that we're playing a back 4. Like I say, it would not shock me if Pinnock starts as left wing back. Headman goes on the right-hand side of 3 centre-backs, and Eiffel plays right wing-back. That might be the way they accommodate if Mendy is injured. Obviously, if Mendy is fit, Mendy plays left-back. But I'm just spitballing here and assuming, given we've not signed anyone on loan, that Headman is going to play left-back. The defensive screen, that should be obvious. The best player at the club in terms of playing the defensive screen is Ashley Charles. Assuming he's fit, Charles will play the defensive screen here. I liked what I saw against Reading with the two dual 8s. And I don't see any reason for Woodman to do anything different, particularly because we're away from home. So I think Hondermark and Conte offer you energy. They offer you energy. They also offer you ball progression. I'm not saying Will scored 4 last season. Can't remember how many Camille scored for Bristol Rovers. Let's say 2. I don't know. But both of them can progress the ball. Conte's probably more of a ball passer in terms of progressing the ball, but Hondermark can carry the ball forward, certainly. So I think both will play as a dual 8 with defensive responsibilities around Charles, but also with an expectation that they pick up the second ball from Michael Cheek. And I have Cheek to start. It's a no-brainer out here. I know we got Kabamba, I know we got Adebayo, but it's Cheek. And listen, Cheek is inevitable, right? He's still, as I said, after the Reading verdict and then the good, bad, ugly write-up, Cheek is still the goal god. To steal Cheeky's words, the goal still hasn't moved. And no matter who Anthony Woodman brings into the club, if you pick unless this is a striker who's got tons of goals at championship level, I'm still backing Cheek to be my goal scorer if an opportunity presents itself anywhere in and around the 18-yard box. And the advantage we've got this season is, whereas before in previous seasons, we've always had to play Cheeky up until the 90th minute and just run him into the ground, you have the options now, whether it be Victor, whether it be Nicky, whoever, to either come on and partner him, come on, replace him. So we can basically now instruct Cheek, you know what? Give me 60 to 65. Give me everything. Empty your tank. Completely empty your tank for 60 to 65. Then I can turn to my bench. Whereas before, you're asking Cheeky, boy, manage your minutes over 90 because strength in depth, we haven't got the greatest strength in depth. So you're going to have to do everything. So Conte and Hondermark should be playing to pick up the second balls off Cheek knockdowns, Cheek layoffs, etc. Left wing, that's easy, unless we're playing that back 5. The left wing is obviously Mitchell Pinnock. He will start on the left, same as last season. Get Pinnock on the ball, get him to do the long throws, get him to do set-piece deliveries, get him to do the corners, get him to swing the ball in with his accurate delivery for Cheeky and whoever else might profit. We already know what Pinnock does. Player of the season last season alongside Ashley Charles. League 2 team of the season. Obviously, Omar should have said that as well. Omar showed me League 2 team of the season last season. Then right wing. Right wing's an interesting one. Again, I think this might shock some people. I think you start with Corey. I know some people say, Mash, what about Ethan Archer? Why do we get him on loan from Luton if we're going to start with Corey Whiteley? But hear me out. Hear me out. Again, it's similar to the Cheeky thing. This isn't Corey's what? Is Corey 35 now? I think either Corey's 35 or he's about to turn 35, right? Age is just a number, of course. I know Corey looks after himself very, very well. I'd imagine, yeah, Corey's 35, just turned 35 last month. I'd imagine that Corey's still one of the fittest players at the club, right? But what you can now do with someone like Corey Whiteley, if you choose to start him, similar to Cheek, you just say to Corey, you are going to run yourself into the ground for 60 minutes. You're going to absolutely empty your tank for 60. And I know I can turn to my bench, bring on Ethan Archer. I don't know who else is going to make the bench tomorrow, but I can bring on Ethan Archer if I need to for the last 30 to give whichever fullback is playing up against a bit of a headache. So I'm starting with Corey because I think Corey will give me more pressing from the front. And I think for the first 60, Corey gives me more defensively. I'm making no bones about the fact that I am looking at this team with a defensive mindset as to who gives me the hardest running, who gives me the best shape out, who gives me the best defensive discipline without the ball, and let my team grow into the game. like I say, so this is what I've got then to just go back at Shamal George in goal, Marcus Eiffel right back, Omar and Kamal centre backs, Chance Headman left back. That's my biggest concern there. Ashley Charles defensive mid, Conte and Honda Mark, the dual eights, Whiteley on the right, Pinnock on the left, Cheeky up front. I'm not really going to get into the subs. I don't even know if FotMob allows you to do subs. I'm not too bothered about who is on the subs, but let me play with this. I don't even know who is on the subs bench. Can I look at this? Can I save this? Let me not save this in case the Barnsley scouts are trying to steal my ideas. Actually, let me save it. You can tell I'm doing this. You can tell I'm doing this for the first time, right? Nah. Let me not save it. Let me just leave it there. But yeah, like I say, there is a chance though that Bromley switch this up and go back three. If they do that, actually, let me just play with this. Let's just say Bromley go. Let me go to their fixed formations to see if I can find it. Oh, see, I wouldn't think that they would do this. Let's say. See, I don't know how Bromley would do this because we wouldn't play. Okay. Let me play around with this. Let me do this. Okay, let me do this. There's an outside chance that Bromley do this. Follow with me, people. So Eiffel right wing back, Pinnock left wing back. Let's put an auxiliary there. Let me play about with this. Headman and Show Me swap round. Show Me in the middle of the two. So there's an option. I hope this is. Let me see if this is working here. There's an option that Bromley play around like this. Okay, so 3 centre backs, Pinnock and Eiffel wing backs, Charles there in the middle. So there's an option they do this. Honda Mark, let me put them more narrow. So Honda Mark, Charles, and Conte in the middle of 3. Yeah. In the middle 3. Eiffel and Pinnock giving license to get up and down the wings. From right wing back and left wing back respectively. This is if Mendy isn't fit, by the way, in case people have forgotten. I'm only saying this if Mendy isn't fit. If Mendy is fit, then he comes in at left back for in the original formation for Headman. Now, if they do this formation, and put Conte and Honda Mark slightly ahead of Charles here. If they do this formation, I can see Whiteley not play him. Okay. And I could possibly, let me remove Whiteley. I could possibly see them doing this. That's not him. Oh, is his name actually John? There's me calling him JJ McKinnon. FotMob has him as John. I didn't even know. Okay, John, whatever. So there's an outside chance that if they did this formation, I could see how Andy might say, let me put McKinnon behind Cheek rather than Corey. So I could see that. There's also the option for Ben Thompson there. But I could see a formation like that if they're like, we're not sure about playing Chance Headman at left back. We think Mendy's not fit. We don't want to play Chance Headman at left back. So there's an option that they change it around and essentially go 3-5-1-1. Listen, people, that's gone much longer than I thought, you know. Let me stop sharing the screen. That's gone much longer than I thought. What, 20 minutes? Bloody hell. I thought it was going to be like a 6-minute video. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think. First and foremost, let me know what you think about this concept for the channel. The From Bromley with Love 11 versus Barnsley. Let me know what you think about this as a concept for this season. Get in the comments. Let me know about your formation. Look out for the Barnsley ops because they might be trying to steal my ideas. But let me know what you think, people. I've been Machel St. Patrick Hewitt, author, founder, editor. Call it what you want, or From Bromley with Love. Head to FromBromleyWithLove.news. Subscribe to all the written content. This is, of course, the YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe, hype, hit the notification bell. We got loads of things. We're trying to get to 1K. I think you can monetize once you get to 1K. We're on 740. So what? We're 260 away. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You don't like YouTube's free. So tell a friend to tell a friend. A lot of hard work running this stuff, believe it or not. You can find me on X as well at Bromley with Love. Listen, I'm out here, people. Those of you going to Barnsley, I'll see you tomorrow. My train is at something like 8 o'clock from King's Cross. So I'll see you all tomorrow if you're on that train, or I'll see you in Barnsley. Let's hope the boys get the job done. And I'll drop the verdict after the game. Peace.